Ulrika Jonsson, 55, has been no stranger to dating footballers, but she's now made it clear that Strictly's Tony Adams is one conquest she never attempted to make. The former TV presenter once dated Stan Collymore, and even had a fling with England manager Sven-Göran Eriksson, but she was keen to set the record straight on Tony's claims that she had previously slipped her phone number into his pocket, claiming on Instagram that she was laughing my TS off at the claim. Tony, 56, in recently unearthed quotes from his book, insisted that he had resisted her advances as he was more interested in supermodel Caprice Bure, whose presence on his arm had made him feel like a king. However, an astonished Ulrika firmly denied his claims, stating that there wasn't an ounce of truth in it. She doubled down on that comment on Instagram, telling her 202,000 followers, laughing my TS off at this. Never, ever met the bloke. Maybe he was dreaming. Yet the Arsenal legend claims the pair first exchanged words when they were on an ITV chat show together, along with Caprice, who he went on to date. Tony made the suggestion about Ulrika in his autobiography, Sober, writing that had been on a chat show led by former Arsenal teammate Ian Wright at the time. I was there, with Ulrika Jonsson, who slipped her phone number on a piece of paper into my pocket, he wrote. I was flattered, but I had no desire to follow up her interest. I was more interested in Caprice, who was Ian's sidekick on the show and who made it plain she was attracted to me. The starstruck baller went on to say that he constantly felt he was punching above my weight when he began dating the model, once regarded as the most photographed woman in the world. He added, I have to say, I felt like a king in the company of this beautiful woman. However, Tony insisted that over time, they lost their emotional connection and the honest, sincere woman had first met had become lost behind the facade. Accusing her of a game-playing act, he continued that he knew it had been right to call time on the relationship in the end. Sex can be such a drug and could have kept me in the relationship, he acknowledged, before adding that it was right to move on. Ulrika has insisted that she had never so much as met Tony, let alone been rejected by him. However, she did recently admit in one of her Sun columns that she had always been partial to a bit of Tony Adams. She praised him for being honest about his battles with addiction and for acknowledging that, to him, sex was a drug. Ulrika, a former model herself, continued that his ability to speak frankly about his troubles had transformed himself from a hardman of football to an honest, vulnerable giant. For many sufferers, the effects of an addiction to sex are not often about enjoyment or satisfaction but have a serious, and sometimes very dangerous, effect on their mental and physical well-being, she wrote. Still, it's good to hear a man open up about his frailties and shortcomings. Tony is now teetotal after his alcohol habit led him to blackout while in intensive care at one time. He also set up a charity called Sporting Chance back in 2000 to help those suffering with their own alcohol struggles, and he now has his eye on the Glitterball trophy alongside Katya Jones.